Anyone take it out? You see where my foot is? What beat am I on? That's usually how I tap when I'm improvising. When I'm reading, I'm doing that. Pretty much 1 to 3. But when I'm grooving, or nothing at all. It's hard for me to stop. I just did that on purpose. So what did Monk say? Always know.
Always know.
Yes, Monk said always know. That means be prepared. 1, 2, 3, go. This is Freddie Green style rhythm. What Freddie used, he distilled the chords to just the most important notes of the chord. What are they? What are the most important notes of the chord? Great. All right, you guys sound beautiful. So if I'm playing, you can also use the 5 sometimes. Like right here is an E7. And I've got that 5. Go to B flat 7. I've got the root third 7. See that? If I'm playing a minor, so you want to have all those together. Basically, with the Freddie Green style. Let me see the guitar player's hands again. If they are great. Who knows who Freddie Green is? He played with what band? Count Basie. Okay. He distilled the rhythm guitar to exclude, almost exclusively exclude, the high E and the B string. So you might as well just get some clippers and cut these off. Because he really didn't play on it that often. Turn the guitar down, and you get a sound. There's an art to doing that, and it's kind of a dying art form. All of a sudden, the trumpet player shows up. What else do you need? You know, if you had a singer? No. Kyle told me Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Yeah. Oh, Kyle told me Monday. Tuesday's just as bad. Usually I leave the singing to my wife. We've been working together about 30 years. Wednesday's worse. Thursday's also sad. So Freddie Green was singing. Eagle flies on Friday. Saturday we all go out to play. Eagle flies on Friday. Saturday I go out to play. And then Sunday go to church. I kneel down and pray. Yeah. And you don't like that, right? How about that? That's fun.
Fantastic.
So, give me some bass. Can you hit the guitar? Get a hi-hat? That's what I'm listening to. I'm listening to the bass player respecting the quarter note. It doesn't have to be loud, though. Just play softer. Just play real soft now. Real soft. Just go with the now that would be perfect in a big band right there. Right? You don't need any more volume than that. That's the saxophone. By the way, Freddie wouldn't do that. 3, 6, 5. feel Freddie. You don't want to turn up. So you don't want to turn up with horns. Just because they're playing loud. If you're strumming Freddie, steady. Go play those. One, so start again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, imagine that going.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, look, this is a nylon string guitar. You usually hear stuff played like this. You can play anything on any instrument, any style. Don't be limited, you know. Did you ever hear funk? I never heard funk on a nylon string before. You can do it, though. Be versatile. I think I put that in there. Try to become more versatile. Don't bag yourself, right? Don't put yourself in a bag. Be open to everything. Like U2, Rolling Stones, Beatles. Let's get the best out of pop music that you can. There are certain players I won't listen to because they won't play the melody as if it was written or respected, you know, and written by the composer. So does that sort of answer your question? You need to compile a list of styles.
So you go to the source and learn it.
Go to the source, right. So you know, like this tune here. I remember when I was learning this when I was like 14. What is it? Does it know what that is?
Our love is here to stay.
Yeah, Our Love Is Here to Stay. I'll just take it out. So I learned all those chords from a Barney Kessel record. If I was going to go to the fake book, I wouldn't learn anything. All I would learn is this. So what? What if it was like this? You know? What's the feeling in it? So I would say I have a lot of my heroes. I have a lot of heroes, like you all do, right? We all have our favorite people that we listen to. And but I have my heroes, and I like to tell my students this: I know who they are. You know, I know why I like them. You know, Lester Young is one of them. You guys know Lester Young, tenor saxophone player. I know I have a lot of heroes from the old school, but also have, you know, like Joe Lovano, Michael Brecker, God bless him, Michael Brecker, John Coltrane. You know, we mentioned there's so many, right? There's such a wealth of information. But I think, like what I said here, don't rely on fake books. Learn from your ear. Then if you want to go to the fake book and see what somebody else wrote on it, go for it, you know. But you may say, well, I don't have enough time to learn that way. Well, yes, you do. You just need to make the time. Like you could probably learn, like over at Sac State, could I just say this real quick? Over at Sac State, we have a list of about, I don't know, 70 or 80 or 90 jazz standards, you know. Tunes written by either jazz artists like Sonny Rollins, you know, John Lewis, Thelonious Monk, or standards written by Cole Porter, Jerome Kern, Gershwin, people like that. We try to get the students to learn at least 20 a semester. Usually they only come up with 5. It's like, what? Man, I can learn 5 tunes in a day. So how do you do it? You sit down and you got to do it. You just sit down and go, okay, first of all, you can work on the chords. Like usually what I do is I listen to a record, like Body and Soul, for instance, when I was a kid. Get a little bit out of tune now. I try to figure out the harmony, right? The bass note. 2, 6, 2, 5, tritone, 1, 4, 3, flat 3 diminished. I like that, you know what I mean? But I wasn't even, when I was a kid, I wasn't even thinking in terms of, like, that's a 2 chord. You know, I just heard it as an E flat minor to an B flat 7, right? To an E flat minor and then I went for the melody. Now for horn players, if you don't play a piano or a guitar, then you need to go right for the jazz musicians. Find your favorite musicians that you like, pick like 10 jazz tunes that you want to learn, and then find them on the internet. Go to YouTube. It's all for free now. I wish I had YouTube when I was a kid. I would have loved it. Yes, sir. You have a question?
I had a question earlier about, if you don't mind, about picking technique.
Yeah, yeah.
I started rock and roll and folky, so I just kind of played around
With the pick.
How do you get it so smooth and fast?
You know, here's this pick that I use. I can play with my thumb too. You know, like Wes, like. The only problem with that is, like, I don't usually use it. I'll play downstrokes. All downstrokes. So the reason I don't backstroke is because it hits my nail. Hear that? Like it sounds really pretty this way, but then I go. See what I mean? So with the pick, there's exercises you can do. I'll give you one real quick one. Give me a G real quick. It's Alexa. Okay. Find a chromatic scale. You know what that is? From A to A, say. And just play alternate strokes. Slow. Slower if you want. Watch his hand. If I want to play louder, I just press more. So you have to have control of that. Here's the 2-octave one. Maybe even super slow, like maybe double picking. Maybe 8-note triplets. Or see what I mean? So my picking, to tell you the truth, I've never really studied it. I hear something that I want to play, and it comes out. I make it work. Isn't that weird? I've never sat there and worried about it. I don't think about it that much, you know. Like Matheny does things like playing an A minor, I told you. Matheny might go. Right? I never studied that. I just immediately went into it playing it, you know. What he's doing is playing a C major note. So here's one thing for articulation purposes. And I actually heard Wes playing it first. You take a note, like C major scale rather. And so the fingering is, if you know guitar, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, right? In this hand. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Now listen. Do that. In a nutshell. What I'm doing is I'm do that, going down the B, see it sliding. I guess how would that sound on trombone? So what Matheny does is he'll mix and match those notes because he's not going to play the major scale at all. He's going to go. He'll mix them, and you get my feet going, right? Not that I'm an expert on you, but. He likes to use a lot of chromaticism, like I was talking about. But he plays super fast a lot, you know. But he can play slow too. Another thing you can do is play arpeggios. So you got the chromatic scale, right? All alternate strokes. You can also play arpeggios like this, C major. Yeah. So you can play, major 7 root, 3rd, 5th, major 7 root, 3rd, 5th. That's a nice sound. Go to F. Go to B flat. Go to D for the heck of it. I get tired of going through the circle fourths, but you can take it through the circle fourths. You just work on this. That's just this though, right? Right? Again, that's what is it? Brain. It's the brain. And this has nothing to do with intellect. This is just motor skills, right? Like that's a motor skill, right? When you're playing trombone, getting proper technique, but it's not music. until you start playing a song. Then it's like, oh, right. Now we're in the song. We're in the moment. We're in a relationship as a group of people, right? That's what I love about jazz. You know, it's sharing the moment that we're in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
What's your recommendation on length of practice sessions?
Good
And
question.
and composition of practice.
Did you get the sheet?
I have it, yes.
Okay.
You
What
say
if-
practice
what-
hard and start now.
Yeah, don't get overwhelmed by this, because this is, when I look at this, it's really overwhelming. It is. You know, you look at it, you go, memorize songs, oh my God, right? Okay. Don't rely on fake books. Is that what he's telling me? I don't need to go to a fake? Okay. Really, seriously. What if you spent just a week, okay, every day, working on your scales? Not just this, but maybe have a groove set up, like. So you got the scale, right? Let's start singing. That's what I want you to do. Space. Maybe I'll take it out. Good, that's C major, right? Let's go to D. When you're practicing, don't think of it as a chore. Think of it as something fun to do. Don't think of it as just something that, oh my gosh, I got to get through this so I can play some music. I've never practiced that way, guys. That's just for me, Steve Homan. I've never sat there and gone, some instruments you have to, right? You really need to like get your, I don't know how that works on trombone, but I would say really, I have a few trombone students that come over, right? I try to get them thinking more eclectically, you know? Like, oh, let's go for E flat minor. E minor. Okay, so that's one thing you can work on. You can work on your modes, you know, like this. You can find all those. F. Right? Is this making any sense?
And how long?
I don't know.
You
It depends on you. Depends on your
half an
attention
hour,
span.
40 minutes?
Okay, you know what? My mom's still alive, right? She's in her 80s, and she remembers me. I'm 59. I keep saying that because my brother keeps reminding me I'm 1 to 60. Okay. She still asks me, are you still obsessed with that thing called music? Obsessed? I go, yeah, I am. I said, how many hours did I used to practice at home? When I was, I'm talking like 13, 14, all the way through maybe 17 when I left the house, to go to college and school and stuff. She said, you used to practice 8 hours a day. That's the kind of focus I have as a musician. I've got more musical energy than anyone I've almost found out about, I have a lot of musical energy. You don't have to do that, okay? But I enjoy it. Like, I'll work on stuff, just guitaristically things for a while, And I'll go, okay, what's Herbie Hancock doing on the first 4 measures of body and soul? And I'll do that for a minute. And that might take an hour to figure out his voicings. Like Stella. You know Stella? Okay, Stella by Starlight. So Herbie's going, Miles is going, right? But I wanted to find out the chords that Herbie's playing. So Herbie's going, those chords. Ready, huh? That's Herbie's right hand. See, I'll work on that stuff, I'd rather do that than go. Boring. Once you get it, start playing music with it. Put some rhythm to it. Put some rhythm to it. Make it come alive. Work on your finger. I was going to start talking about a little bit. I was going to give you some information on string groupings. We started talking about dyads, right? And I got kind of sidetracked. So you got dyads, triads and dyads, right? What are triads? How many notes? Obviously, right? So what? Listen, here's going through one. You go into 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2. Do that for me. A, C. Yeah. So what is that? That's like C, A, D, G. But I'm going to make the A dominant. So here's something I've been working on. Listen to this. Just play the bass. Those are triads. I could make them simple like this. Listen. Hold on. So with the guitar, like I said, we have access to 4-note chords, right? 5-note chords. How many notes did Freddie use?
3.
What were they? 2 or 3? What were they? The what and the what and the what? Mainly the what and the what? 37. So one of my favorite chord progressions, I put it on there, is a 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Can you guys say that?
1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1.
Okay, all 12 keys. Make it diatonic first. What does diatonic mean? Within the key signature, right. So if it's in the key of C, what is it going to be? I'm trying to give you stuff you can take home with me. Okay, so C major, F major, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, G7, C major. So now let's change that. Once you know the rules, what can you do with it? You can break them. Listen, just break it. Listen for a minute. So I made them all dominant. See that? Instead of doing like ice cream changes. This sounds great. So what if I'm in the key of F? I think it's on here, right? I put it in this one of these. I think, gosh, is there 4 pages in this thing? You know, I never have enough time to like. I mean, I could really just sit and talk about tritone substitution for a while. Freddie Green, we spent a little bit of time on that. Yeah, it's number 76. That's my favorite chord progression. So do this. This is a suggestion. You might want to write this down. C major. Yeah. F9. E half diminished, just for fun. Okay. A7 sharp 5. D9 dominant. And G7 sharp 5. Then back to C major. If you want to continue that phrase, go back to the 5 again. So same thing with Freddie Green. You can go like this. Listen. Key of F now. It's a musical phrase, right? Now, if you want to change key, make the 1 dominant and go up a 4th again. B flat. You can play tritone with that. Tritone sub. 1937 Gretsch, big fat body guitar. Remember where I got this guy? I bought this from our good buddy Josh Murray.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A high school teacher out at instructor out of Rio.
That's 1937?
Yep. He inherited 20 jazz guitars from his uncle who passed. And I was lucky to get a call, the first call. And you know what? I'm one of these guys, I don't know anything about guitars, shop talk. I just love music. I just happen to play this thing, you know. But I could care less about guitar, really. I just want to play. So, is that weird or what? That's just me. So this one has a different sound. Think about this. So I should play this really differently. You know, this is like say you're a saxophone player and you want to play the flute, right? Or you're a piano player and you're playing Fender Rhodes now. It's different. The thing about this is it has a sustain. Listen to this. Hear that? So now I can sound more like a piano. Which is what we all want to do as guitar players. We want to sing like a singer, right? Want to play this? What's your answer?
Yeah.
Jacob, don't be shy with me, man. It's just me, okay? Let me hear your sound real quick. And I don't want you to play this just so you get it. This is kind of, okay, that's how we want it. Okay, hold on. That's blues, right? That's Buddy Guy, right? I love that.
Whoever, yeah.
Okay, let me just, can I work with you?
Yeah, please,
Okay.
please.
Okay, you can sit and play this for a minute. Don't drop it.
Oh, God. I have no insurance.
Don't even look at it.
Look at it. Put your parents in. Okay, so really just play. So take this. What's your name?
Eddie,
Eddie, Steve.
hey, been wanting to play with
You know
you.
the brother shape? Here's your brother shape. You know anything about that?
From the old days.
You know the old days, right? I'm a 60s child, sorry.
I've been wanting to
Now,
present this guy for 15
I
years.
traveled with Joe Gilling, went to West Africa, and I found this new brother shape. Check this out. This is just bonding, right? Let me show you this. So who initiates does this. You do that. Then I initiate it, so I snap my finger, you snap your finger, and we go.
Wow.
The first time somebody snapped, I thought my thumb broke. I thought he broke my thumb. So let me play one note. Play me a D. So what kind of pick you got? Let me give you a new pick. That has a lot to do with it. It's pointy and it's kind of flimsy. You can still pick that. Why don't you try this for jazz? You can keep that pick. Nice.
What's your pick made of?
It's just his was a little. This is a little more solid. It's a thicker pick, and it's made by Andrea. You guys can come up and look at it if you want. I don't have that many to give away. I have to send for a friend of mine orders them from me. It's Andrea, Angrea, 1.5 mm.
I was just using a Tortex, you know, one of those done up green Tortex.
So part of getting a good sound. Let me play the other guitars. Part of getting a good sound, I think the main thing is how you hit the strings, how you touch the strings. Just like I remember, who was it? Miles Davis talking about his embouchure and how he would always, because he was pressing too hard, right? Pressing the mouthpiece too hard. That's not the way to play, right? It's too much. So he wanted to have a feather like instead of like that, you know. So in order to strengthen his embouchures, lips and lip muscles, whatever it is, he would spit P's. To keep doing that. Then he went, oh, that's what I want. Does that make sense? I'm not a horn player.
No, it's from the sound film.
So look, here's the deal, listen. Now if I get an amp, this should sound great. So you should be able to get a good sound without the amps. Don't rely on those things. Watch. I'm not going, I'm killing it, right? I'm killing it that way, listen. And I want this guitar to be an extension of myself as a person. See, horn players are lucky because they've got it. It's right there. It's part of them. Singers are the most lucky because they get to sing. You know, it's part of them. But we have this other thing that we have to deal with. So let me hear that E again, like that. Play again. This is your hand?
No, this one this year.
Okay, good play. What I'm doing is I'm adjusting tones and volume. Now watch this. Play right about here. Now, if you're playing back here, and how tinny that is, watch. Play with that bit. Yeah. Good. Off this. watch, Freddie Green style. What you want to turn, like I was telling Ken. Sorry, Ken, I'm so out of it. Play me this chord. Just play me D7. How about D7? Keep going. Now watch this. He's going right. Watch this. Listen to the difference.
Little accent there?
1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, 3. Can you give me broader brush strokes? Keep going. So there's your rhythm volume. Play stronger. Stronger. Play harder. Keep this. That's pretty good. Now, see where that volume is? Now when you solo,
That's only on 3.
that's right. That's all you need. But play with us. Just stay on D. Stay on D for a minute. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah? Now watch that. Now, well, actually keep that going. 1, 2, play. Ha ha. 1, 2, 3, go. Wait, hold on, everybody. Let me give you 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. That's your rhythm volume. Okay? Keep it back. Okay? Keep your rhythm volume back. Okay, now watch. Solo, give me a. Then you gotta do what I turned up all the way. There you go. You gotta get used. He has to get used to turning it because you guys can deal with it with your air, right? Who plays horns in here? Horns. I know I have some horn players. What do you play? Okay. But for us, we're playing an electric instrument coming through an amp. We have to deal with all that. So what I did was I turned his volume up so we could hear him. So he's got basically two settings: solo setting, single note style setting, and rhythm setting. Let's go back to rhythm. It's still too loud, right? So watch. Turn it down to 3. Go back to turn it down to 3. Now play stronger. See? Good. Give him a hand. Do in this setting, you know, I can go on for hours, which I know you guys get that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you want to play a little bit of that? This one does. Yeah, it's got a folding microphone in there too. It's got 2. I can go stereo with this thing. It's pretty neat. But the old days they put a microphone either here or put a Barkus Berry pickup right here. But go to B flat now. I'm just going to show you real quick what I would do if you were my student. I would say, can you sing this? Ooh. Like you're, yeah. Play it. Second finger B flat. That's your first. So look, on this hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your middle finger is second. Go to B flat. They're right here. Second finger. Your middle finger. I'll sing that. Try this. B flat A C. All one, the first string.
Okay.
I go, don't even say the notes, just go. So say the, just go. But it's like 3 drums, right? Think about a percussionist, a conga player, congero. You might have like 3 conga drums there, right? So think about what you can do on the piano with 3 notes. You can do a lot rhythmically with 3 notes. Stay with that for a minute. So that's going like this. That's going like this. Doom, 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 playing 3 different drums. Now mix it up a little bit. How about sing it? Now just improvise a little bit. This idea. Own your music. Don't let it own you, okay? You need to own where you're playing, you're sort of naked in front of people, right? Like when you see any of these great artists that we love to go out and listen to, right? I'll say Pat Metheny again. They expose their soul in front of us, you know? All of them do. You can't be pretentious when you're playing jazz, you know, because what you're doing is you're instantaneously composing on the spot with other musicians. So everyone's listening. It's a listening art form. You guys know this. I'm just reminding you of it. It's a listening art form. So I'll tell you a little story too about Airto. You know Airto?
Yeah.
This is the way it pronounces it. Airto. It's spelled A-I-R-T-O. He was flown over from Brazil in the 60s to perform on a Miles Davis record. He felt like he wasn't in the session. He had 4 great piano players, right? And it was, I can't remember the bass player's name. I think it was the cat from England. You may know him. He's on his own now.
Oh, Holland was Holland?
Who?
Dave Holland?
Yeah, Dave Holland was playing bass. Thank you. The piano players were Keith Jarrett, Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, and who?
Zeno?
And Joe Zawinul. Couldn't they find anybody who could play? So I'm just kidding. So Airto was at the session, and he felt like he was not connecting with the group because he was playing everything but what was happening. Right? He wasn't in the moment. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know. So he says, Miles. He says, I remember him telling this at a workshop I attended many years ago. I don't know why I'm not working. It's not working out with. He says, Miles goes, slow down. He says, Miles like, hey, first you listen, then you play. And that's what it is, right? It's not like politicians who never listen. Sorry. First you listen, then you react. So if more, I'm going to throw my little spiel out here. So if more politicians listen to us, I'd be happy. I'm sure you would be too. It's supposed to be for us, right? But usually they're there for what reason? To get reelected, right? I hate to say it, man. I mean, if anybody wants to shoot me down, I can. That's the way I look at it. But with musicians, especially in the performing arts like this, you know, when we're working together, you play something, and I play something, and he plays something, and we listen, and we coexist in the moment. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. We have to. I don't care what ensemble it is. If it's a school ensemble, if it's a professional ensemble. If it's just, you know, in a duet setting, it could be anything. So he's going to transcribe something. So dig this. This is how
Is that one? Dig it?
Dig it? Yeah, you say dig it. Yeah, dig it. No, depression and debt. Just that's what a student told me one time. He goes, yeah, I know your 5 Ds, but right now it's depression and debt because I owe $30,000, you know, for loans or whatever. Okay, none of that. So not necessarily in disorder, but the first one's important. Desire, right? Like if I want to grow a garden outside, I gotta have a desire to do it, right? If I want to build a raised bed for my wife in the backyard, I gotta want to do it before I can do it. So desire, dedication, these all fall into place any way you want. Discipline, dedication, determination, and diligence, okay? You got those, you're cool.